A che punto pensi di essere della tua storia, della tua carriera, si dice che è sempre una parola molto impegnativa, diciamo della tua strada professionale?
Myself,
Yeah.
personally? To put it, as bluntly as I can, I grew up very young watching films, and I never feel like I will be able to achieve what my heroes have achieved ever. So it's this constant race to try to better myself, to try to work on, better movies, better characters, do as much as I possibly can, because they have done so much, and I'll never feel equal. So that's how I feel.
Dunque un'altra domanda, poi tra poco mi taccio, vi rassicuro. È una domanda che vorrei fare sia ne ho due almeno per Margot, a Quentin e anche a Leonardo. Naturalmente Quentin era poco più che un bambino nel 1969, Margot e Leonardo non erano ancora nati. Lavorando a questo film e forse recuperando a volte su un canale televisivo o al cinema quello che Hollywood e le televisioni hollywoodiane, non solo hollywoodiane, anche newyorkesi, producevano in quegli anni, vedendole ora, che sensazione vi fanno? Al di là di qualcuno ha scritto, secondo me, da Cannes, un critico, credo britannico, di una nostalgia piena di tenerezza, però al di là, mettiamola da parte per un attimo, vedendo quelle storie, ora, adesso, nel 2019, che effetto vi fanno, Margot?
I think in some ways I'm very happy to be working in the era that I'm working in. I feel like so many roles these days, females, are so exciting and kind of groundbreaking, but it's not that didn't exist back then. I think it was, I maybe more shocking back then, but watching films from the 60s, 70s, 50s, there's still so many films I absolutely love, and I know Hollywood's changed a lot, especially in the time period that this film takes place, the shift between 65 and 69 kind of, paved the way for the 70s and all the movies that came then. And I think Hollywood's going through a similar sort of shift, and content is again seeming groundbreaking and exciting. But no, I adore movies from that time period as much as I do now.
Well, some of the movies we talk about, we talk about in this film, I actually saw in '69, or maybe I saw them in 1970 and the lower half of a double feature, because movies could hang around for a year in the theaters back then. So, like in the case of The Wrecking Crew, I saw that. I saw that when it came out when I was 6, and it was actually interesting. I remember. I obviously knew who Dean Martin was, because I was already a fan of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis movies. And he was just one of the biggest celebrities in the world at that time. Everyone knew who he was, even a 6-year-old. I went and saw, my parents took me to see it, and I was completely taken with Sharon Tate in that movie. If you've ever seen the movie, she gives a very funny performance. She plays this kind of klutzy secret agent. And she was... And she had a gift as a light comedian that was actually pretty good, and it was even fun watching her kind of execute these pratfalls and execute this kind of slapstick comedy. Well, as a 6-year-old, you love slapstick comedy. That's probably your favorite thing in the world. All right? So to see this cute girl actually just stumble and fall and trip and fall into mud and never kind of lose her aplomb, it was completely charming. I was totally taken with her. And the movie actually ends with a great gag at the end that just ends the whole movie. It brought the house down. I'm telling you, I remember sitting at the Garfield Theater in San Gabriel, and it brought the effing house down. And I also did, I think, was part of the inspiration for me writing kind of the scene with Margot. I actually did exactly what Sharon does in the movie. When the film was out, oddly enough, the theater that I was at had a patio similar to the room. And so I liked her so much that when me and my parents walked out of the theater, I went to the poster to look to see who that was. And I looked at the lobby cards, and they were the same lobby cards I used. And I'd be like, oh, who was Miss Carlson? You know, and they go, oh, it was Sharon Tate. Oh, okay, cool. You know, she's in Valley of the Dolls. And I've never seen Valley of the Dolls, but I knew of it. Everyone was talking about that movie at that time. And so, now, I think The Wrecking Crew is an asinine movie now. It's really silly. Now, I'm actually a huge fan of the director, Phil Carlson. I just don't like that movie that much. I think it's a little silly. But she's just as charming and just as terrific as she ever was. And I'm also really, as I always felt. But I even like the idea that we show the clip of the movie in itself. So I like seeing Sharon Tate and Nancy Kwan. I'm a huge Nancy Kwan fan too, to just pop up in the middle of the movie and have a fight scene choreographed by Bruce Lee. I think that's just a really lovely thing.
Leo, posso chiederlo anche a te, appunto, che effetto ti fa vedere quel momento della storia dello spettacolo?